Hey, I'm Matt from Acorn and Oak Family Photography, and I'm going to found a photography studio, and I'm going to share that journey with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to share that journey because it's mostly going to be obstacles. It's going to take me a while to reach that goal, and there's going to be a lot of obstacles along the way, and I think that's going to be the fun part about doing this. So right now, what I want to do is show you how, tell you the goal I've actually set, and then tell you how I'm going to break down this goal and work on it over the next few months. So I've set a goal that I'd like to reach within a year. So right now it's the fall of 2019. So by the fall of 2020, I would like to be celebrating a successful first season in my studio. So I hope to actually open the studio in the spring of 2020, and so I'd kind of be there spring, summer, and fall, and in the fall I'd like to be celebrating a really good season of photography. So the question is, how am I going to get there? Because I've tried this before and I failed. Now, I'm not quite sure that I want to say I failed. I tried this before, and then I went back to the drawing board because I realized I went right from I want to found a studio to let's sign a lease, and I skipped a lot of steps in between. So how am I going to reach the 1 year goal of celebrating my first season in the studio? Well, one thing, I'm going to break it down into quarterly goals. So if you break your year down into quarters, it means 3-month chunks. So I'm basically looking at what am I going to do October, November, December of 2019, and then what am I going to do for the next quarter, and so on and so on. So for October and November and December of 2019, I plan on scouting locations. So I'm not trying to open a studio in like the next week or anything like that. I'm probably going to take 3 to 6 months to scout locations, and I'm going to make contacts. I don't exactly know what kind of contacts. I figure I'm going to need real estate contacts and business contacts and contacts with people who care about me having a studio. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I just want to talk to a lot of people about what I'm doing, and then who knows what'll come from that. So I'm going to make contacts, and that's going to be tough for me because I'm kind of introverted and I'm also a little bit withdrawn. That's why I never post on social media, and that's also why I'm doing these videos, because I'm practicing being not so private and hidden with everything. I want to found a studio that everybody can see, and I want to share the journey along the way. I'm also going to be curating my photos, which means going through like 200,000 family photos that I've taken, and I don't know for sure how many, but well over 1 million photos that I've taken for families. Actually, I don't actually have to go through all million because I've already narrowed them down a lot, but I'm going to be sifting through lots of photos and figuring out, what is it that I want to show, and how am I going to present collections of photos and that sort of thing. And then I'm going to do a lot of writing about why I do photography, what it's all about for me. Basically, I'm kind of a philosopher at heart, and for me, photography is a lot more about exploring than it is about making artwork. Although at the end of the day, I do want to have beautiful photographs, and so there is something artistic about it, but there's a lot of thoughts that I want to share about photography. So I'm going to be scouting locations, making contacts, curating my photos, and then doing a lot of writing about photography. And this is all so that I'm ready when I do sign a lease and move into a studio. I'm ready with stuff to actually put in the studio. I'm not signing a lease tomorrow and then going, oh, what am I going to do with this? I'm actually ready to move in. So then the next quarter would be like January, February, March of 2020. And I plan to move in some point then, maybe more towards March. And I'll need to decorate. I have no idea where I'm going to move into, so I don't know what kind of condition it's going to be in. But I need to furnish the place. I want people to be able to sit in there and that sort of thing. So I'm going to need something. I have no idea what I'm going to have to do, but I'm going to move in. I'm going to decorate and furnish. I'm going to hang prints and quotes on the wall and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to turn it into the kind of place that is going to be exciting to walk into. And then the next quarter, which would be April, May, June of 2020, basically this is when I would open. I'd have some kind of grand opening or celebration or something like that. And I'll be doing classes in the studio, teaching photography. I don't actually want a studio so much to be doing photography in, although I will do a little bit of photography in my studio. But I'll share the vision for the studio later on. But basically, I'll be opening and getting to work, and then the final quarter, July, August, September, I've actually left it blank. I really haven't broken it down into, what goals I want to try and accomplish in those months. Essentially, I hope to have my studio up and running and doing the work that I'm then going to celebrate in September, October, when I hit my first year, or basically 1 year from now. I hope to hit that goal of celebrating a successful first season in my studio. So I've broken it down into quarters, but then I have to figure out, but what am I going to do every day? So right now I'm working on scouting locations, making contacts, curating my photos, and writing my philosophy. And so then I have weekly goals. And so one of my goals for this week was, one of them wasn't even a goal. It was like this whole vision came to be this week. A whole lot of pieces of the puzzle kind of fell into place for me. And so I didn't even expect to be, I had no idea where life was going to take me when Monday came along. And then Monday was like, here's what we're going to do with the next year. So there was a great, big, important Monday that I had. And now the big goal I kind of have for this week is to get these videos out and start sharing the journey. And I have actually begun scouting locations. I have actually been writing my philosophy. So every week I set kind of a goal or two where it's like, it'd be really good to get this done this week. And every single day that I wake up, I have something to work on to get me toward that journey, or to get me toward that goal. And so I'm not trying to open a studio and celebrate today. All I'm concerned about today is doing a little bit of writing, choosing some photos, making a video, and I know that next week I'm going to take the next step, and the week after that I'll take the next step. I know that by the time the new year comes, I will have done enough work that I can now fill my studio. And then it's going to be, okay, now I have to actually get the studio. I've been making contacts, I've been scouting locations. At some point I'm going to move in, and then I'm going to be ready to fill the place and bring it to life. But I'm not worried about bringing it to life right now. I'm not worried about decorating and all that kind of stuff right now. Right now I'm just collecting all of the stuff that I need as a foundation, so that when I sign the lease in the new year, hopefully I'll be ready, and I'm not going to be completely overwhelmed like I was last time. Last time I tried to do this, I said I failed. I don't think I really failed. I just realized I wasn't ready. I was ready to sign the lease. I was not ready to actually do something with the studio. And a year and a half later, life is very different for me. I have a lot of different ideas, and I'm ready to go on this now. I also understand now how to set a goal and how to achieve it, and how to break it down into steps, and most importantly, how to react to obstacles along the way. I've already been facing obstacles, and that's what I'm going to share in the next video. If I can find the pause button.